7 weird animal facts that you just did not understand. Every species of animal has one thing regarding them that produces them special, whether or not that be a prehensile tail, venom that may coagulate the victim's blood in seconds, or a tongue that may move quicker than the human eye can follow. As extraordinary as these characteristics square measure, their square measure some animals whose square measure particularly so. With options that create all others seem as very little quite mundane quirks. 1. A flamingo's head needs to be the other way up once it fair. Flamingo's square measure identified for standing in shallow water on one leg. However, the general public square measure unaware that thanks to the method during which they need developed, a wading bird needs to use the bristles at the highest of its beak to strain the mud and water that gets sucked in conjunction with its actual food. It's a needs to eat with its heat the other way up, as otherwise it'd be unable to filter its food properly. 2. Feminine ferrets die if they are doing not mate once they are going into heat. When a feminine ferret goes into heat, their bodies manufacture a high quantity of the endocrine, estrogen, which is able to still be made on block till she has mated. Having such high quantities of steroid for a chronic amount of can eventually lead to anemia. That is caused by the harm sustained by the bone marrow and blood cells by the high levels of the endocrine. 3. Solely 0.5 a dolphin's brain sleeps at a time. Dolphins square measure mammals therefore, though they sleep in the ocean, and because it still must retain enough control to often go up to the surface and breath. Dolphins can jointly couple one eye open in any respect times. 4. Blue whales square measure vastly significant. On the surface this doesn't sound too strange, however the scale and weight of blue whales is far bigger than most believe or will image in their mind. The common Balinoptera musculus weighs the equivalent of 3 to 4 elephants, with the load of one elephant being within the whale's tongue alone. Take a second to trust that its tongue weighs constant as associate degree elephant. 5. Armadillos will catch Hansen's disease. Leprosy may be a microorganism infection that affects humans and if left untreated can press on to cause severe harm to the skin, nerves, extremities and eyes, eventually resulting in them going numb and permitting them to urge secondary infections which can lead to the loss of the appendage. Only a few infections have an effect on multiple species of animal, however Hansen's disease is one in every of the few that truly will, because it is ready to infect each humans and, for a few reason. Armadillos. Point 6. A cockroach's brain is in its body. One of the last word survivors, the roach, not like most animals, will survive decapitation as its brain isn't really housed within it, however rather inside its body. Once headless, a roach can keep it up ticking, walking around, going regarding its business, eventually dying from starvation because it now not features a mouth to eat with. 7. Frogs have a 360 degrees visibility. The eyes of a frog square measure created and positioned in such the simplest way that at any given moment they will see everything around them, as well as what's behind them. As if this failed to create them tough enough to advance on, frogs can jointly couple each of their eyes open.